Everyone, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our Sunday. Going to have an interesting. It's the end of the year, and I wanted to talk. This has been probably made billions of dollars. Have had some form of loss during the pandemic and suffering over the political problem. So I want to talk about dealing with loss and grief. I did a grief workshop. It was really helpful. And part of the reason what motivated me to do a grief workshop, I've talked about it before, is, I have my little dog. She's just a little Yorkie, but she's something special about a dog. Good morning. I see more people coming on. Today we're talking about somewhat completing 2020. We'll do this over this Sunday and next Sunday, but looking at 2020 and dealing with loss and grief, which is, to me, is the hardest. The hardest thing to deal with is grief, for me, and I know it is for a lot of people too. And I was mentioning I did a grief workshop yesterday, and that's what has me talking about it today. And the reason for doing the grief workshop, or what's been driving it, is it's been a very challenging time for our family, so many levels, with illness, death, fear of death, and my dog who's ill, and I'm helping her manage to stay as healthy as possible on a daily basis, but she's definitely ill, and I'm dealing with head-on and preparing myself and going through the grief process of knowing that I'm not sure how much longer she's going to be here. And she's my buddy. She's a little Yorkie, but we've hiked in our earlier days. We don't do it now, but we hiked miles in the wintertime, in the snow. She just loves the woods. And, that's, as I've talked about before, is one of my favorite places to be. It's been a process, and I'm dealing with the grief of letting her go. But there's people have dealt with so many disappointments and heartbreaks this year, even the wealthiest of wealthy. I don't think you could talk to anybody or very few people that haven't dealt with grief and loss, whether it's loss from someone they love dying, or just the stress and the fear. The politics here in the United States have just been horrible, and scary and painful. You can hear the blue jays. They're over here, and they're saying hello. So we've all been through it. Even loss of hugs. It's like pretty limited to who we see. We have one daughter that we see, and her family. But other than that, that's pretty much it. And a brother-in-law. So I wanted to talk about this because it's such a difficult conversation. It's so difficult to feel grief. And sometimes we feel grief where we feel sad all the time. And I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. Hey, Rini, good morning. Oh, thank you. Oh, yes, it is. And that's exactly it, hanging on to beautiful memories and still making beautiful memories. One of the things about dealing with this is having such an open heart more and more. Sometimes I'm just terrified. but enjoying moments, and it's even since she's been ill, it's just not taking her for granted and enjoying moments more and more that we have together. So thank you for that, Renee. I really appreciate that. And I just saw someone else, a friend on Facebook yesterday, that lost their dog, and she's just broken. So, and why would, we're a company, Clean Harvest Nutrients, and why would we talk about grief? And, our mission is to help make this world a better world, a kinder world. And when we work on ourselves, when we're cleaner in our relationships with ourselves, we'll be cleaner with our choices that we make in life. And one of our big passions is growing your own food and creating a movement around that, and taking and doing that in an eco-friendly way, and being to help our planet to heal as well. So, when we deal with what's going on and with life as it is, and the hard things that we're going through, we have a lot more freedom to make better choices, to be kinder, to see other people suffering, to be in a space to help more people. And, that's who we want to be, is to help foster that. There's a quote, I forgot to bring it down, but I don't know if people have seen it. It's a daily book. My previous coach, amazing coach, Brian Kramer, gave it to me as a gift. Actually, if it wasn't for Brian Kramer, I probably would not be doing Facebook Lives. He really helped me to step outside of my comfort zone, because, I'm in many ways an introvert a lot. But this book, you create 3 things. What are you grateful for? What are things that would make the day great that you would accomplish? And then what's your like a mission statement for the day? And then at the end, what are you grateful for? And then what would have made the day better? Maybe you didn't accomplish something, or like for me, I would say, I wish I was more patient, or I wish I was kinder. But there's quotes. I also have a quote, and I apologize, I don't remember the person's name who made this quote. They said, but if you want to be happy, find something that's more important than you and dedicate your life to it. And that really resonated with me. And we want to help foster more of that. And the more we work on ourselves, the more freedom that we have to find something that is more important than us and dedicate our life to it. And many people are doing that already. So yeah, what are the losses that you've had or are dealing with? And yes, Rainey, for sure. What kind of losses are you dealing with? Financial losses. And I think it's important to look at this stuff because we're at the end of the year too. I think it's a little grandiose to say, well, we're going to complete 2020 by doing a little exercise or something. I think it's a process, but it helps. But it's I don't know. I think it's deeper than that. But I do those. It's helpful. Maybe we'll do that next week. I'll think about that. But if anything, it helps us to get present. I think more than, so I'm thinking about it, it helps us to get present to our year and what we've worked with, and where we're at with it now, and how we're relating to ourselves. So yeah. Hey, Joy. Yeah, your husband lost his job in March. I tell you, the financial insecurity is I know I'm sure it's terrifying. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Joy. I'm hoping that things are going to turn around too, and with the vaccine, and there certainly seems to be an attitude a shift going on. But I can, it's I can really relate to it too, because we're launching our Clean Harvest Nutrients in the spring, and everything, all of the opportunities that we had got shut down. So, and that definitely made a big impact. And my wife, she does a lot of stuff with events. Every event that she did was shut down. She's doing some virtual stuff, but so I can certainly relate to that. Yeah. And the other thing that I think about too is, how can we help others? And just say, oh, look who's here. Ha! I want to show you this. This is our new friend. See the turkey? She's a solo turkey, and I'm gonna see if I can get us a little bit closer. Turkeys are even more cautious than deer, it seems like. But we've had the turkeys here, never before, but just the last couple years. But yeah, you can see her getting some food, but she's alone, and I don't fully understand that. And you can see the other activity here with the squirrels and a little black-capped chickadee there getting food. This is one of the things that I do that brings me joy, and like glimpses of joy and happiness in the moment. And a lot of times Fergie comes out here with me, my dog, and this is her a little bit of exercise, and she, like, this is her favorite place to be too. So other than that, probably snuggled up in bed, but I wanted to share that with you. Yeah, I think that's it for today. I just want to bring presence of mind to your grief, and if you are grieving, my heart goes out to you. And I would just leave it too with the other is to work with the grief the best you can, or the losses, and if you can, put aside the blaming others for it, or even blaming the pandemic, or but because the blame takes us away from a deeper experience of ourselves. And when we're connected to ourselves, we're powerful beings. There's no doubt about it. And we can make a positive impact. So, and we can be happier and have better lives, and do things that bring us more joy. So my heart goes out to you on this part of the journey, if this is where you're at. If you're not there and you're feeling just tremendous joy for the holidays, woohoo for that too. And although, our big family Christmas would normally have been yesterday, we didn't do that this year. Because Christmas is this week. So I wish you an amazing Christmas if that's your holiday. I know there's Kwanzaa, there's Hanukkah has been being celebrated, and I know there's more. And I'm sorry that I missed them, but wishing you a joyful and blessed week, and I'll see you next Sunday. One of the things that I'm going to be doing too, I just want to tell you, is I'm putting together. It's somewhat of a demo, but I've been talking to a nonprofit here. Joy to you, Rini. Thank you, and happy Christmas. With a nonprofit here locally, and they've asked for me to do some cooking demos. Hey, Joe, good to see you. And good wishes to you and your family as well. So they've asked if I do focus on clean eating, and educating people with, and I think I'm going to do it. We're going to do it, test it through Facebook Live, and I'll share it in our community. So if you want to join, we're going to create some clean food, but the big focus here is affordable. So I'm going to put on my research hat to find ingredients and stuff that are lower cost, and to support people creating their own food and growing your own food and then eating your own food is the best. So, but you know, it's wintertime right now, and here, I know it's not in Australia and other parts of the world, but so if you want to participate in that, I'll put a note, and I'm going to do that. Oh, okay, that's awesome, Joe. And I don't even know what it is, and I'll probably have my daughter participate, so it could be fun. And if you guys want to participate, I'll put a note, I'll share it on the page. And I don't know what day and time it's going to be yet, but I'm looking to get it done before the end of the year. So I wish you joy and love, and I love and appreciate you and being here, because I mean, it takes us all to, for even me to be able to share and connect with you. So thank you so much, and many blessings to you and your family and your loved ones. All right, take care. See you next week. Bye-bye.